Allegiances shatter fast when people betrays their word. You gotta ask yourself if your beliefs hold water then. There was a big talk recently about politics and faith. People backed some leaders expecting protection. They wanted someone strong against changing ideas. That backing started shaking really bad right at the start of the year. Their first reason felt like defending culture. Opposing things like abortion mattered a lot there. But everything changed suddenly when real action spoke louder. A huge deal happened overseas with Venezuela's resources. Suddenly, everyone saw the ugly truth underneath. The whole thing wasn't about belief anymore. It was clearly about grabbing stuff for money. Forcefully taking property showed a harsh reality check. When government takes land just because it feels stronger, that challenges every single rule of ethics. It breaks deeply held morals everywhere. That includes the oldest lessons from Christian teaching too. Before the loud fights, though there were quieter signs. Subtle hints questioned their loyalty to holy books earlier on. How vows were taken hinted at a drifting away from true spirit. But the biggest shock hit us on Easter Sunday. That day meant celebration and victory over darkness. Instead, it got ruined by a strange address from the president. He announced plans to strike towns in another country. He threatened normal folks completely innocent in the fight. Attacking homes and town centers turns policy into horror. That mix of planning harm and mocking faith felt like defilement. It forced a look at claimed values versus brutal deeds. Silent agreement stopped working for worried people. Supporting certain views seems to mean accepting pure wrongness. Acts of destroying beauty stand totally opposite to making anything new. Outweighs. God creates things while destructive forces tear them apart. Seeing true goodness shines like a hint of heaven above. Watching shadows show you what lies beyond the light. Both sides feel like they rush toward terrible danger now. The pressure he put on things sounds like hitting a breaking point. Things demand quick choices with almost no way out. Chaos looks close, maybe like endless punishment ahead. All the old ways of talking diplomacy aren't cutting it anymore. Getting past defenses usually isn't possible anyway. Running out of normal strength leaves weird options left. Whispers about nuclear arms become unavoidable then. Thinking about dropping that gear gives chills down your spine. Wiping out countries' allies nearby brings fear for our own safety. And the idea of payback hangs heavy in the air still. Influential thinkers around him amplify these dark warnings. But maybe they're just repeating lines others gave them. Listening to speeches outside official circles tells a scary tale. Talking trash about Christianity, especially around Easter, feels planned. It doesn't seem random at all. Looking closely at talks about fighting armies adds unease. Some argue losing troops compares badly to awful history. They try to make nukes sound like the kinder choice somehow. Choosing tough wars or starting world ruin is a horrible trap. Without instant change, things spiral down forevermore. Past the maps, there's a search for something much bigger. Maybe a careful plan aiming to weaken honest faith exists. Suspicion falls on mentors pushing doomsday stories. Endorsing struggles as matching Christ's pain gets fierce pushback. Putting holy pictures beside growing military might needs looking at. Don't let easy comfort blind you to what's actually happening. Calling a man equal to Jesus is a grave mistake. Many follow shallow versions, missing the main lesson quite well. The actual Bible calls for walking humbly, not conquering worlds. Jesus told his friends to walk unprotected and ready for trouble. His call was enduring, not winning ground forcefully. Real change asks you to give up parts of yourself freely. Accepting difficulty is part of believing in this way. Twisting that into reasons for attack betrays the heart of faith. Giving in to higher power beats selfish wants each time. Healing society starts with letting go of prideful urges. Look at churches running without fancy setups or cash flows. Mutual help thrives beautifully without giant banks controlling it. Visiting poor villages shows real love without polished stages. This pushes us to rethink what true fellowship means today. Money-driving businesses threatens to warp the soul of belief. History shows strict dogmas separate people unfairly. The simplest truth says saving comes only through Christ himself. The worst disguises wear bright robes pretending to save souls. Watch out for those twisting old tales for worldly gains. Some groups hide traditions wrapped in false Christian wraps. Tracing paths shows that promised futures aren't just geography bound. Spiritually completing those hopes changes the meaning of being chosen. Clinging tightly to old rules often feeds a thirst for ruling power. Because Christ preached oneness, dividing anyone seeks control secretly. Mainstream religious power might be used unknowingly for great ends. This alleged scheme targets old prophecies seeking earthbound claims. That path warns straight toward a coming age of great deception. Humility defines true followers, unlike greedy institutions doing damage. Authentic hearts bring calm and gentleness, never grasping greed. Current powerful groups act more like weapons than lights guiding us. See the whole mess as one story of finding freedom finally. Check out Profile for podcast summaries.